Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this May 11th, 2021 membership meeting of the North Springfield Elementary School PTA. So we'll start first with an approval of minutes. We don't have the February and March minutes available for approval, so we'll vote on those at the next meeting. But we do have the January and April minutes that are available. So Mandy, if you don't mind sharing those, and we can review really quickly and approve.
Not at all. Let me share my screen. This one, I think is the right one. Yeah, there we go. I mean, this is so far in the past, so I'll just go through it real fast. This was the meeting where we introduced Jen and Dan as our VPs, and we weren't sure when we were going back in person, if you can believe that, now that we're 4 days a week. We were out in under an hour, adjourned at 7:47. And then April minutes were, Amy did her treasury report about how successful restaurant night was. Papa John's is still bringing money. And then we had a really robust discussion about the track. And everybody probably knows where we're at with that, because most of you have been pretty involved in the fundraiser. Adjourned at 8:07.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion to approve the minutes.
All right, Christine.
I second.
All right, Jen seconds. Any discussion? No. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed,
Aye.
say nay. Abstentions. All right, the ayes have it. Minutes are approved. Thank you. All right, next we got the treasurer's report. Amy, you're up next.
Yep. So is it showing up now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So April was our busiest month for so far this year, because of course we did our fundraising for the track, or we started our fundraising. So far, as of yesterday, we've raised $6,755 for the track, which is awesome. Plus a matching gift from somebody who has works for a company that does a matching gift. So we've raised obviously quite a lot of money, which is amazing. I think, Ken, is the fundraiser going until the 17th?
Yes. So one of my goals is to put an update out on social media, so that way people can still donate and hopefully get us to go the extra mile.
Right. So the donations number that is reflected here is as of April 30th. We've had some more donations since the beginning of May. And we what also is not reflected in these numbers in terms of payments is that we have been paying for Teacher Appreciation Week was last week, and we paid for lunch last Monday. And then we also provided snacks, and we had somebody donate donuts, snacks on Wednesday, donuts on Thursday, and donuts and coffee. So that's about it for my report. I think that's, I'll just scroll through the rest of it here. We also last month paid for the Ozobot robot grant that came from Miss Jenkins and Miss Kunkel. So those were the robots, and then all the other grant requests that we had, the requests have been filled in conjunction with the school. So the PTA's outlay was $1,185. Any questions?
Any questions for the track? Are we looking at paying $5,000 up front and then doing the overage at a later time, or are we looking at doing just the lump sum when it's concluded on the 17th?
We have not. I don't know what the plan is for that. We coordinated that with Chad.
Okay. And of course, he's not here tonight.
Right. Leslie, do you have a sense of what?
I do not. Sorry.
Okay.
Question we've been getting from a lot of people is when are they going to start? So I've said just kind of arbitrarily, I guess the goal is to start by the end of the month and then it should last about a week. I know the official proposal said 2 to 3 days, but just to get on the safe side, I'm saying a week. But do you know if that's realistic that we'll start by the end of the month?
Yeah, I did check on that today. That is still up in the air. It all has to be approved through the county and that's what's taking so long. So the plans and everything are ready to go. It's just a matter of when they're officially going to start. They had thought by the end of May. Yes. So hopefully that will be true. And yeah, under a week is the goal.
Okay, perfect. All right. And it's my recollection that we just report on the treasurer's report, but we don't actually vote on it, correct?
In the past, we've worked to approve it.
Have we approved it? Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
I motion to approve.
All right.
A
Mandy
second.
and Dan seconds. All right. Any, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, so report is approved. All right, so next, Teacher Appreciation Week recap. So I think probably the best people to talk about that would be Leslie and Dan, because I don't see Jen on anymore. Jen Delboy. So Dan.
Well, I'll start by saying thank you. It was very much appreciated. The lunch was different than anything we've ever had, and the teachers loved it. They were all really thankful. We ended up with a lot of extra. I think a lot of people didn't come in. So it's hard to tell. We ended the same thing on Friday. It's always hard to gauge like how many people will show or come for the food, but it all got eaten. So we really appreciate it. And the snacks and everything were awesome. The teachers were very, very thankful for everything you guys did. So thank you very much.
Leslie, how was the ice cream party and
So,
the
well, in the pouring
special one?
rain.
What happened?
So it was raining. So it was the cookie. Have you guys ever heard of Captain Cookie and the Milkman? It's an ice cream truck basically, and they bake homemade cookies and ice cream, and then they make you a cookie sandwich. So we were hoping it was going to be like 75 and sunny, but it was like 50 and raining. And of course, then the kiss and ride line is really long. So they were supposed to come at 3:45. And he was going to get there at 3:30 to set up. Well, then the kiss and ride line was really long. It was pouring rain. So I had to like go out and talk to the crossing guard to get the cookie truck to come around the kiss and ride line to come up. So I'm sorry if you were in the kiss and ride line and the cookie truck in front of you. But the teachers, they loved it. So it was fine. Everybody loves ice cream, rain or shine. So it was fine.
I saw you and I was
think
trying
we
to
had
figure
a-
out what was going on.
Yeah. It was the cookie truck. It wasn't just me running in the road, with an umbrella.
And I think you had a special lunch for the IAs as well. How did that go?
Yeah, that was great too. Our IAs are so wonderful at our school, as you guys know. They go well above and beyond what any IA would ever need to do. And so we just wanted to thank them for everything they did. And some of the teachers made like big signs in the hallway and had the kids write like little notes and stuff. And so it was nice. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
We appreciate all that you do. So thank you. All right. Any other updates on that? Jen, Dan? Nope.
Dan, no?
All right. Moving right along. All right. So committee reports. Are there any committee members here or any officers who have any updates that they wish to report on? And then we can go into your report, Leslie.
So I will touch base with Amy for 5th grade. We were ordering them shirts and other stuff. So I now have this shirt design. The 5th graders picked that out with all their signatures. So we've got to get those ordered for them.
Great. And then I need to touch base with Erin on the signs as well. I know she was going to order those.
Any other committees? All right. It's gonna be a quick meeting. Leslie, any updates from the school that we should know about? I saw them fixing the sign today.
Sure. I'm sorry, what?
That I saw them fixing the sign today.
They were. It took a while, but you know, of course, they get there right when we start SOL testing, and I need the tech guy upstairs, and he also has to be outside, but it worked out fine. Hopefully, it's going to stay fixed. We'll see. The 5th grade promotion ceremony. Those of you who are 5th grade parents, you should have gotten an RSVP. We are doing that June 10th. Yay! We're so excited. We get to actually do something indoors in the gym. We're allowed to operate at 50% capacity. So we are allowing each student to bring 2 people. One of them needs to be an adult to the ceremony. And basically we're going to set it up. It's not going to be a traditional ceremony where they come across the stage and we give out a bunch of awards, because we can't do all of that. But we are going to try to make it very special and memorable for the kids. Your child and then their 2 people that come with them will sit together, and all the areas will be set up 6 feet apart within the gym. So hopefully if you have a 5th grade parent, you'll be able to come. For those families who are not comfortable coming into the building, we are going to stream it as well. So it will be live streamed, and also will be happening in person in the gym. So we're very, very excited about that. That was a new thing that happened over the past couple of weeks. So we're glad. We were going to try to do it outside, and you know, that's risky with weather and cicadas and sunshine, trying to make a screen so everybody can see. So we're very lucky to be able to bring it inside. The other big thing is we are required to collect all laptops. So if your child has a laptop from the county, if they're in person, we'll collect them the last day of school, so you don't have to worry about it. If they are virtual, we are going to do a drive-up collection on Monday, June 14th. We obviously can't do it before the last day of school because they need their laptops until school gets out. So that Monday is the last day of teachers are on contract. So we are going to do the drive-through that morning from 8:30 to 10. And more information will be coming out about that. But any virtual families who have a county laptop, they are collecting them. They want to make sure everything is re-imaged and for next year and working, because they are going to, the plan is to continue the one-to-one initiative next year as well, but they just want to make sure all the laptops are accounted for and everything has been re-imaged for the upcoming year. And if your child is attending any of the summer programs, if they're attending ESY for special education, they will keep their laptop. If they're attending the North Springfield SOAR and summer program, they are going to turn it in. And then when they come to the summer program, I'm running that program, and we will check them out for them, because since it's our kids, we can then update them and give them back out to our kids. And that was basically it. There'll be a lot of stuff coming out about end of the year in the next couple of weeks. Library book return. You know, some of the grade levels are trying to come up with ways to do some sort of end of the year celebration. It's not going to be your typical party, but just to come up with some sort of way to celebrate with the whole grade level. So that kind of stuff will be coming out in the next couple of weeks as we start to figure it out. We're about halfway through SOLs, and we're going to be wrapping those up here in the next 2 weeks. Things have been going very well with those, as well as iReady testing will be finishing up for everybody K through 5. And, you know, we're just excited to wrap up our year. We've been really happy having everybody in the building, and, you know, our students remaining virtual have seemed to really continue to be resilient and participating. So we're happy to get close to the end of the year and look forward to having everybody back in school next year.
Very good. Excellent. Do you have any insight on like the crossing guard? I know that Vanessa has been very adamant and very vocal about that, contacting the Franconia station to make sure that somebody's there. That's not just sitting on their car, but actually directing traffic, as the police officers are empowered to do. Have you heard anything on your end?
No, we reached out to Office of Safety and Security a couple weeks ago when she reached out to us, and they said that they were going to contact them. It's hard because we're not in control of it. So we could keep advocating, like they just always tell us, like, keep advocating. So we're just going to keep advocating. And I think the more that you guys can too, hopefully it'll continue to get better. We've had a couple that have been pretty strong, but I know it's not super consistent. So
yeah, the afternoon guy seems pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's good. He's been the most consistent. Yeah.
Very good. And we've had a good Samaritan crossing guard, an actual crossing guard, who's assigned to a different school, but he's put in a request to transfer, from what I've heard, request to transfer to North Springfield. So hopefully we'll have a consistent presence next year, which will be good. And he used to live in the neighborhood. I'm not sure if I don't think he still does though.
Cool. I see a hand. Does Christy have her hand up?
Yeah, I just want to stress to the parents, like, if you can call to Franconia, please. I talked to the sergeant. He seemed to sound like this was the very first time he was ever hearing this complaint. So I think the more of us that contact, the louder we are, and the more they're actually going to have to pay attention to us. I mean, I think most of you on this call know we live on Long Pine, and so our kids are crossing Hemming, not up there because they'd cross Leesville, and it's just they fly, and so the more people we have, the better it is.
Yeah, Christy, I second that. I was just thinking how PTA can step in and help coordinate that and get the word out, because I'm sure there are plenty of families who are willing to make a call or write an email or a quick note. So we're happy to coordinate that.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Next thing I got on the.
Can I ask Leslie one more question?
Sure.
I know it's transportation. I know it's not you. Do we have any idea what the bell schedule is going to look like next year and when we might hear about that?
They have told us that they're going to go back to the regular bell schedule.
So 8:30 to 3:15?
Yeah.
Okay.
To 3:30, 8:30 to 3:30. It may fluctuate 5 or so minutes, but we are going back to the full day. We're not going to have that shortened 15 minutes, but they did say we were going to resort back to 19-20 hours.
Very good. Okay.
And I do see Amy has a comment there about the auction about a parking spot. If you guys want to do that, sure.
Yeah, and in the past, I know that was something that was auctioned off, and I think did quite well. Christy, I'm guessing. And if we could do that again.
Yeah, 5th grade did. Kindergarten never did because they didn't know that they should.
Right. But I mean, I would think that we could probably still do something like that somehow for this year.
I will say my high school, which has just recently closed, did a really interesting thing, which is it's called a blind auction. Where rather than you trying to outbid somebody, you just put in your highest bid into a Google form and say, I'm willing to bid $200 for this item. And then the person with the highest bid wins the prize. So when I started to look at it and thinking about how our families tend to just overbid each other, this might actually even yield more fundraising. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I lost out on some good items in the silent auction last year at bingo because of that.
I didn't go to Disney World, so my tickets didn't get used.
All right, there's another question in the chats here. Will there be a chance that any 5th graders that missed doing the painted beaver paw print on the sidewalk can get a chance to do it by the end of the year?
You know, that's not something we have talked about, but for sure. I mean, I'll let me talk with Miss Metz, and maybe we can schedule one more Monday before the end of the year so people can do it, because we have all the supplies. So yeah, that'd be great. And they're really cool.
That would be really great. Yeah, we missed it because I wasn't on the 5th grade newsletter for all the teachers except for my kids' teacher, and so I never got the notice. And so and I did check in, but I was told they would let me know if they redid it. But
okay,
just to bring it, up, because I know it would mean a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll talk to Miss Metz about it, and we'll try to schedule another day.
Okay, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Do you think it's going to be a new tradition or just 2021?
So what's funny is we started it because I saw on Twitter another elementary school had done it to do the 6 feet apart for kids to stand in the kiss and ride circle. So that's where it came about. And then we were like, this is going to be insane. Like, where would we put them all? So then it just became like, let's just do it for fun. So it might be something fun to start doing.
Well, that's a good transition into fun things. So another agenda item here is summer fun. Does anybody have any ideas of things that we can do during the summer to kind of, I guess get like the kindergarten parents to meet one another and get ready for the school, or any other summer fun ideas. This is something Vanessa wanted to put on the agenda. I know typically we've had a pool gathering at the pool, for rising kindergarten parents, incoming kindergarten parents, and for the kids to meet each other. But any other ideas that people have?
We do have a Facebook group for the Rising Ks. So I have a kindergartner now with Mrs. C and one coming up next year. There is a Facebook group for the rising kindergartners, and we are trying to do some sort of playground play dates in mid-June for all of those rising Ks and anyone that wants to join. So we're trying to do it. We know it's hard for the school to be official. We can't do that right now, but we're trying to do stuff make people, hopefully get those connections, because we know it's hard right now.
Mhm.
Hey, I have a different question about this, Ms. Mikowski. My daughter is at Canterbury, and we just got an email about a middle school camp that the Woodson and Lake Braddock Pyramid runs together. Does the Annandale High School Pyramid do something similar? It's like a 5-week camp program in, I think, late June and through July.
Yes, Emily sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you. It's only for middle.
No, Jen, Emily sent me the Holmes one.
Oh, got it. Okay, so it does happen everywhere.
It does have it. Yeah. They do have it.
Any other summer fun ideas?
Ms. Mikowski, will there be like a Beaver welcome back night like we've done in the past?
We hope so. Our plan is to have it, and the way we've done it outside, we may just have to do, depending on the capacity limits at that time, just smaller groups. Like maybe we do a primary time and an upper grade time or something, depending on what we're allowed to have. But yeah, we definitely would like to do that. We think it's a really fun event and to bring the community together. So hopefully, the way things are going, I think hopefully we'll be able to.
Good. That's definitely helpful, because I know that's always been very good to exposure for the PTA. So happy about that. All right, Christy put in the chats here. Can we get tickets to a Nats game? Who would be paying for the tickets, Chris? Or are we trying to get those donated?
Sure. Group ticket, right? Just like you wanted ideas, I'm giving you ideas. It sounds like DC is going to be off all restrictions in the next couple of weeks. So like if we looked at like a late July, August game, and maybe, Maryland might go off, we might be off, I don't know. But if you get group rate tickets, they're usually pretty cheap, like $13, $14 a ticket, unless you want the expensive ones, and then you can get the $30 tickets. But
sounds good. Okay. Any other ideas?
I mean, depending on how they lift restrictions, but we were also talking prior regarding maybe a movie night or getting like the East Coast Creamery truck, since that is so popular out. Maybe food trucks in like a central location near the school so people can kind of walk up, depending on the restrictions. Obviously, we don't want everybody gathering and causing a ruckus on that end, but there's a couple people I've reached out to who are willing, just depending on our end. And I know we aren't trying to do any fundraising or anything on that side, so I wasn't looking to do on the fundraising. It's more so just to get people out.
Sure. Okay, perfect. All right, well, I would say if there are any other ideas, just feel free to email us, and we'll put the email address in the chats there. Mandy, since you're taking copious notes, if I can ask you to just report back to Vanessa on some of the discussion items, because I did not take notes.
Can I add one more thing? I forgot.
Sure.
If you have a rising kindergartner, which I think we only have one parent on here, June 7th, and this would be good for the notes to share in case anybody who has not registered or didn't get the email. June 7th, our teachers are doing kind of what they used to do, where you would come in and go meet with the teacher, and they would just kind of like hang out, play a game, and They're doing that, but they're doing it one-on-one. So they're scheduling times on the Monday, June 7th through a Sign Up Genius for 45-minute time slots for rising kindergartners to come in, meet with the teacher. They're just going to go, you know, show them around the school, kind of see where they are in terms of like, can they write their name or do they know how to use scissors? Like those kind of things, just kind of like a skills assessment that they do for incoming kindergartners. So any families, just make sure if we could share that. And Ms. Thorne, I think you said there's a Facebook group. So even if you guys could put that out on that, if they
There
haven't
is.
signed up, we'd like to get them signed up to make sure we get as many families as we can, because it helps us build our kindergarten classes.
Yeah, I'll put that link out. I know the registration has been a huge push on that group
Yeah.
to make sure, but I'll make sure to put that link out there. I have it.
Great, thank you.
All right. Any other final comments before we move on to the next piece? And I put the email address in the chats. All right. So the next fun piece is talking about the nominations for next year's PTA officer board. So as you may recall, we approved the nominating committee at the last meeting, which consisted of Mrs. C, Emily, and also Andrew Harder. So a couple current teacher, former PTA officers. So I think it was a good slate for the nominating committee. And I know that they worked very, very hard in identifying some candidates. So I'm going to turn the floor over to the chair of the committee, Emily Simone.
Thank you, Ken. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emily Simone. I have a current 5th grade student and a 3rd grader. And I have been very active with the PTA in the past. And when Ken approached me about being on the nominating committee, I thought, you know, I was really excited to do it. So Andrew and Mrs. C and I worked together to try to come up with a really great slate to help support Ken and, you know, the PTA for next year. So we reached out to the local community. We think we've come up with a really great group of people. So the slate will be voted on at the next PTA meeting, which will be June 8th. So I'm going to now present the slate for the 2021-2022 school year for the PTA board. So first, we've got, for president-elect, we've got Jen Del Boy, who is currently the VP of membership. She's got a current 5th grader, and she's happy to move into the role of president after Ken retires after next year. So she's got experience with being on PTA board. Next, we've got the position of treasurer. And Amy Mahoney is currently in the treasurer position, so she will continue on for a 2nd year. And her experience speaks for itself. Amy's great, and obviously will continue to do a great job. Next, we have the position of secretary, and we are putting forth Lauren Thorne for that position. Lauren has 2 young kiddos, and she's looking forward to helping support the school community. Lauren's day job currently, you know, requires skills that will easily transfer to become PTA secretary. So she's looking to build a team and get more, you know, remain involved with the school. So next, we've got the VP of membership. And for that position, we are putting forth the name of Dan Del Boy. Dan is currently the VP of fundraising. And so he's been working alongside his wife. So they're both current PTA members. And so Dan would like to continue on as VP of membership. And his goal for the PTA is to build, you know, a strong working relationship between parents and teachers, and have it be sort of a, you know, a cohesive team. That's sort of his vision going forward. We also have for VP of fundraising, we're putting forward the name of Tiffany Hahn. Tiffany is an incoming kindergarten parent. She's already a PTA member. She's a mother of 2 young boys, and she hopes to make a difference within the PTA and have fun while she's doing it. Tiffany has corporate treasurer experience, so she plans to continue on in the PTA and at some point perhaps look into moving into the treasurer position. And last but not least, we have the VP of enrichment position, and for that position, we're putting forth the name of Karen. Now, I apologize that I'm going to mess up her name, Chmielewski. Karen has 2 daughters, the oldest of which will be entering kindergarten in the fall. Karen is very active in our community. She is currently the editor for the Civic Association newsletter. Karen has always been active in her kids' school, and she's eager to jump right in and be involved with the NSES community. So that is the slate for the 2021-2022 school year.
Thank you very much, Emily. Okay, so the slate's been presented and it'll be voted upon at the next meeting. Just 2 quick things on that. Of course, anybody who wishes to run from the floor is eligible to run from the floor during the meeting, or run from the screen, I guess you would say in COVID era. But bylaws do technically say that we have to present the slate 30 days in advance, and we are at 28. So just to be on the safe side, what we probably should do is vote to suspend the bylaws or to amend the bylaws for this year. Probably suspend them would be a better option. I did reach out to seek guidance from the Northern Virginia District PTA, but the person I reached out to is actually on vacation, so she wasn't able to take my inquiry, but she did reach out and said she would follow up later. But again, just to be on the safe side, to make sure that we're compliant, we should vote to suspend the bylaws for purposes of the election, and then hold the election next month within that 28-day window. So is there a motion to suspend the bylaws for purposes of election?
Motion to suspend.
Okay. So
Second.
All right, we got a second. So any discussion on this?
Can clarify for me, why do we have to suspend the bylaws?
Because it says that we have to present the slate 30 days in advance.
Oh, oh, so we're just suspending this portion of the bylaws.
Correct.
Great,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Second.
Okay, all right. So any other discussion? No, okay, just to for transparency purposes. So it is Article 11, Section 5. No, sorry, that's a different one. Let me see, slate. Sorry, I was looking up something else earlier. Not Article 11. Let's see, slate. Okay, sorry, I apologize on this. Okay, nominations.
I was going to say, I think it's in something, officers and their elections is the name of it.
Yeah, so it's Article 6, Section 3, subsection C, says that it has to be presented at least 30 days prior to the meeting, and so we're at 28 right now. Okay, so the motion's been made to suspend that section of the bylaws. So Article was it Article 6, Section 3, C. All right, and it's been seconded. No other further discussion. All right, all those in favor to suspend this section, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions. All right, the ayes of the chair, the ayes have it, so that's suspended. All right, so the next meeting we will be voting then on our slate of officers. And again, anyone who wants to run from the floor is able to do that as well. So I definitely thank you, Emily, for all the hard work that you all did. I know you met several times and had some good discussions. So I think it's a very good slate that you put forward, and I thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Are there any other items that we wish to bring up, or any questions before we move to adjourn for the evening? No. last chance.
No, just thank you to all the current officers for the hard work you've been doing. I know as someone who's been slacking, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Well, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done in the past too, Jen, and throughout the-
I know you want to be on the audit committee again this year, Jen.
That was a ridiculously fun committee, and I would totally do it in a heartbeat. And when I saw that they were looking for Fairfax County Board of Ed audit committee, I sent it to our CFO, and she applied at my organization because that looks like even more fun.
Nice.
Jen also worked on the bylaws 5 years ago, and I think we're up for bylaw revision again in 2021 too. I know she's going to thank me for that.
I think Jen has already said thank you, but no thanks to me on that.
I hope you have people who will go with the standard bylaws and not want to amend it as much as the last committee did.
Yeah. Well, we may, even if you're not officially on that, Jen, because I kind of sense that you did not want to be on there. We'll probably reach out to you and seek some advice on occasion. If you're
I'm happy to be on that committee if you need me to be. Happy to serve.
well, in that case, then sure, I think I can appoint you on that. All right, we'll be in touch. All right, so if there is nothing else, then I would like to ask for a motion of unanimous consent that we adjourn for the evening.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, so this is it unanimous consent. If there are no motions, then we are so adjourned, and I'm going to stop recording. And thank you all so much for joining us this evening, and have a great rest of the night.
You too.
Thank
Night
you.
all.